Good morning, everybody. What is up, Pippin? Blue is for my money and gold is for the honey. Ain't it, man? What's up, everybody? Drop it in the chat. Let me see where you calling from. Let me see them affirmations, man. Drop them, drop them, drop them. Let's see it, everybody. Good morning. It is 9 o'clock a.m. It is the 31st of March, 2022. I am Genesis Patton, your BYOB market educator for the morning. Well, actually for the whole day today. Good morning, everybody. Get it in the chat as you log in. Let me see where you're calling in from and let me see those affirmations, you guys. How's everybody doing today? Let's check in. Let's check in. Let's check in, you guys. Let's get it started. Milwaukee, what's good? Minnesota, welcome, welcome. Milwaukee, I'm glad to see you without seeing you, right? Good morning, everybody. Great, great. Trust my trade Thursday from Cleveland, Ohio. Yes, it is Big Bank. Good morning, everybody. As you log into the call, get it dropped in the chat, you guys. Where are you calling in from? And let me see those affirmations. Let's get our day started out right, you guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Now, if I've got anybody new to the call, drop a 111 in the chat, okay? Good morning, everybody. New Jersey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, if anybody is new to the chat, let me see a 111 in there. As you log in, let me get where you're calling in from, and let me see those affirmations, you guys. I am an educated BYOB master trader anointed for wealth. I am the signal. All of my trades and in profit, I am 777. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself, guys. Drop them in the chat. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Cleveland, Ohio in the building today. That market pays me daily. That's right. That's right. Essex, UK, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, everybody. As you log into the chat, go ahead and drop them affirmations. And let us know where you're calling in from, right? This morning, the topic of discussion was how is it that you start your day? What's your morning routine there? We had prayer and water. Some people start out with coffee. They said they get their water in between the coffee molecules. How do you start your day out, you guys? Drop that in the chat too. Good morning, everybody. Let's get it in there. Come on, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Apparently, I only got 7, 8 master traders in the chat. I only got 8 master traders. What y'all other guys, y'all here playing or something like that? Y'all ain't no masters. I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch pips is my real test. Affirmations are my cause. Sunrise, Florida. Good morning, everybody. We got 9 master traders in the building. Good morning. Good morning. You guys showed up ready and prepared. Yes, I love it. I love it. I'm gonna pick on you guys if y'all ain't dropping them affirmations. I don't care. I want you guys. I'm not here just to. I told you guys a long time ago. Poverty starts in your mind. Poverty starts in your mind. Drop the affirmations in the chat, you guys. Let's see something. Let's see something. I want to see my master traders out there, driven for success, committed and focused. My big bank traders. Here's our line key as we get into our call, you guys. For any of my 111s out there, anybody new to the call, our support and resistance is going to be represented in yellow. Our stop loss is going to be represented in red. Orange is going to represent any historical analysis that we want to maintain awareness of. Now, the light blue levels are psychological levels. Purple rays are for our pivots, and white rays are for our vibrato alerts, you guys. Good morning, Toledo. Good morning, my master trader from Milwaukee. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's get it in there, you guys. 777s, if you've been getting to the money this week. 777s. Mount Vernon, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. ATL, good morning. 777s in the chat if you've been getting to the money. 888s, if you know that compounding is great. We're talking about the eighth wonder of the world, you guys. He who understands it earns it, and he who does not pays it. He who does not pay it. See, that's the thing. You're affected by compounding every single day, whether you choose to realize it or not. All right. And we're here to get on the upside of that. Good morning, California. Knows how to party. I got to be in the. Y'all don't have no good mornings. Y'all just be writing it. That's it. Now y'all just be writing it. Y'all don't be having no good morning. Drop it in the chat, you guys. Let's wake up. Be great. Why be good when you can be great, you guys? I'm not moving on. I'm not. I love you guys that much. I want you guys in the chat. Drop it in there, you guys. Let's see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. You ain't about that life. You ain't about that life. You ain't tough. You ain't about it. You ain't about it. 6 figures in 6 months. That's what I'm talking about, Miss C. Represent. We out here. Drop it in the chat. If you've accepted the BYOB Cash Out Challenge into your trade plan, meaning you are approaching 6 figures in 6 months, let's go ahead and drop it in the chat. Represent you guys. 222s if you're back in the call for deeper understanding, deeper skill set. All right. Good morning, Georgia. We're getting them affirmations in there now. Good morning, Orlando. You guys know those are good all call. Keep on dropping them, you guys. I want to see them. I want to see them. I want to see them. I'm not here just to entertain you. I'm here to impact you. Okay, you guys? Yes, sir. Get it on in there. Get it on in there, you guys. We ain't here for fun. We're here for the Fetty. Shoot. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, 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 yes. I love that I can bully you guys into your affirmations. Thank you for entertaining me. So you guys, as soon as you get a brand new a browser open, if you have not done so yet, go down to byobmovement.eventbrite.com. Hit that enter button and watch what happens. The World Wide Web's got amazing things for you. And so do we, because we've got more events coming up for you, you guys. Milwaukee, Jacksonville, and Cleveland, Ohio. We are coming back to you 23rd of April. We are live in effect. We're hosting these events, you guys. We're out here to impact people, all right? If you got anybody that you love or loves you, all right, you want them to be here. I'm telling you, 23rd of April, Saturday. It is a Saturday. It is a Saturday, 10 a.m. local time. We're going to be having more expos. You guys come on out and fellowship with us and be a part of the movement. On that following Sunday, the 24th of April at 10 a.m. local time, we're back at the Advent Center, you guys. Check us out. Bring your friends, your family's friends. Bring your family's friends, your friends' family's friends, they cousin and they auntie, because we want everybody to know this information. We don't want to hear anybody else complaining about their job and then not taking advantage of this movement, okay? Because not along with our expos, we've got a cashback rewards associated with our prepaid branded MasterCard, you guys. And we want this to benefit you, all right? Come on down to our home site, that BYOBmovementLLC.com, you guys, and get registered, all right? Put the power in your hands, all right? And never forget, all of this was once just a vision, a note on a piece of paper, you guys. So drop it in the chat. What is it you seek in life, all right? This, without further ado, is our BYOB Movement Worldwide YouTube channel. All right, you guys, I kept on telling you about it, and now I'm representing it to you. Not only do we have these playlists I kept on mentioning about, but we are also streaming live on the channel. All right. We stream live on YouTube and Facebook, as a matter of fact. So for those of you that have family and friends that aren't necessarily a part of the movement yet, but you want to get them this information, then go ahead and share this link with them, post it, click like, subscribe, do all that good jazz. You see what I'm already about. All right, we here. Them playlists that I was talking about. We've got our market mastery playlist, which is the conversation that you and I have been in since the top of the year. All right, we've got a lot more in there. We've got our HFX playlist. All right, we've got testimonies of our up and comers. All right, and we also have got our market structure playlist here. All right, two very important playlists. All right, for those of you guys that have those questions, you're diving deeper. You know, maybe you can't always be on the calls or at the specified times. All right, here are all that juice. All right, all that juice available to you more than Walmart. All right, let's get into our news, you guys, because you knew that's what we're doing here at BYOB. Good morning, Baltimore. Good morning. Good morning. And welcome to the call, everybody. Now, again, if I have anybody new to the call or new to the chat, if you haven't dropped it in the chat yet, you guys, put that 111 in there. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. All right. I'm not flying to your house, but you know, I'm touching my computer screen right now. Do you hear this? Tap. That's me trying to grab you. Okay. Put it in the chat. Drop that 111 if you're new to the call, or if it's your first time dropping your affirmations in the chat. All right, you guys, I stand on that and I want you to as well. All right, so we check our news first because we got to be aware of where we are at in the day, right? You guys go to your managers and you have all kind of leaders boards and emails you get to figure out your tasks for the day. Now your priority is coming to Forex Factory. All right. You used to check your Facebook and Instagram, all you Snapchat and TikTokers, and now you check FX Street, right? Because we are in tune with economic news, right? We used to watch Netflix and Hulu and all that good stuff. That new season of Fresh Prince on Peacock is dope, by the way. But now, when we're being proactive, we're checking my FX book, coming over here to the economic calendar and getting prepared for our day, right? Now, before we get into any releases that we have currently, what we must be aware of is that tomorrow is Nfp Friday. This is an event that happens on the first Friday of every month, all right? Whereas in Fridays typically represent, you know, the end of the week for a lot of traders, you know, that activity kind of winds up. This first Friday of the month is significant in that it has a associated but it is, yeah, that Bel Air show. Yeah, my brother done got me hooked on it. There's a significant liquidity associated with these Nfp Fridays. All right, you guys. So we want to make sure that we are prepared for tomorrow. We are aware of that event today, right? Because yesterday we definitely just stayed in that little zone. We played around in it for a while. And that was because, you know, the market relies on the information released that you see here. All right. Good morning, Tampa, Florida, my BYOB master trader. It's lovely to see and be a part of this and all of you guys. And again, we took a moment this morning earlier to be thankful, appreciative, and grateful for our mastermind team, you guys. You know, when you think about it, the movement has been growing in bounds and leaps for such a long time behind the scenes that you don't even know. I really made light of a conversation Mr. Rogers and I had when I first joined the movement. You know, he had no idea how impactful it was. You know, it seems like the most powerful conversations happen in just a breath of the moment. You don't even realize it. You know, there's nothing significant. There's no theme music. You know, nobody breaks out in song and dance, no flash mobs, you know, but just really quickly, he said that what I was about to experience was not difficult, but it was just different from anything I had experienced from before. And if I could wrap my mind around that thought, that's where I would begin to succeed. All right. So again, you guys, to reiterate what Mr. Rogers said this morning, or not this morning, what I re-mentioned, that Mr. Rogers had told me this morning, or a bunch of mornings ago. I'm messing that one up. But what I had learned from him is that what we are experiencing now is not difficult. All right. We don't want to improperly label that. We don't want that poverty gospel laid over this. It is just different from what we have done before. We must place ourselves in the mind to work. Okay. And then the second moment to appreciate Ms. Dyer. You guys, we support over 40 calls a month. You guys, over 40 calls a month. Let's talk about how many times we come together on a daily basis, right? And she used to do this all by herself. All right. She could have grabbed the bag and gone. All right. But she came back and she had this passion, this drive to reach back for us. All right, you guys. So again, just always in a mindset of gratitude. All right. Good morning, New Jersey. Now into our news, you guys, into our news. Here at the 9 o'clock hour, we've got this speech happening. And we've got our Chicago PMI that's going to be released at 9:45. Natural gas storage is going to happen after the call. All right. But we do have significant release inside of the call. All right. Now we know, because I don't have any 111s in there, right? That we're not entering trades before the bell. Right before the bell, we are not entering trades. We must allow the surge of liquidity to happen. And then as the market calms down and starts to sit into its direction, we make our intentional trades from there, okay? As you can see on FX Street, we had a little bit more of a descriptive report as far as our news is concerned today. When we come into this hour, they are only tracking, there's that speech happening. Well, if he's as long-winded as I am, it's still happening. And then we've got this Chicago PMI. All right, you guys, what we definitely want to keep an eye out for, happening about 15 minutes after the bell is what it looks like. So let's go to my FX book to make sure we are in line with all the releases that we've got happening today. All right, and in this hour, it looks like at the top of the hour, 10 o'clock, yeah, we're gonna have the GDP growth rate release. We have our PMI, there's that speech. Nothing that we weren't aware of outside of that GDP. So for those of you guys that are in those pairs, it's not very impactful from what it reads, but definitely always interesting to see how the market reacts to it. Now, if you can see on my FX book, later on in the day, around 12 o'clock, you guys, we have a lot more economic release than what was to be said on my other news sources, right? We've got whole red folders, all type of jazz. You know, spend some time in there, you guys. Click on these, learn how one to operate and navigate through these news sources, and then as well, or what you call it, watch that activity on the chart. All right, you guys. So I had a bit of a reset, you know, right before the call. It happens at the greatest times, right? So I've got this example for you here from our Euro GBP. This is a historical trade, and it is one that I feel like everyone can benefit from. All right. You guys know that the BYLB cash out strategy is identified on the 15-minute, where we have the blue line cross over the red and an upward momentum around the 20. Now, I say this because this example is for a buy. Okay, this example is for a buy. We had the blue line cross over the red, upward momentum around the 20. Then we were in position to look at our Heikenhashi candles, which is our second indication, where we had found a green flat bottomed, green candle, and our PSAR flip, you guys. Whereas in our dots were traveling above our candles for a while. Right here, where we had these other two indicators, we also had this flip. Okay, and that is important. That is important. Yes, you must have all three of those in line. If you do not have all three of those aligned, you are operating in the 8% failure rate of the strategy. Now, it's not to say that it's guaranteed you're going to fail, but you're gambling is what I'm saying. We'll call that the gamble rate. It's not the failure rate, because you can succeed. Yeah, you can get lucky, but that's kind of like what gambling is. You hope to get lucky, and in this house, this is not how we operate. So we operate in patience. All right. Then once we have all three of those in a line, no sooner. All right, we can go up to the 1 hour and see that and look that we're in that looks like territory. And as you can see on our higher time frame, we had been in this uptrend for a minute. And down here in our stochastic, our blue line had angled, let's call it angled, curved. I don't want to call it pivoted because I don't want to associate the wrong terms. But we were starting to see what we needed. We were reaching around our 20, which means that that cell was exhausting itself. We were reaching around that 20. The blue line had curved up. All right. Now keep in mind we couldn't see none of this at that time. All right, we were only here, but we were in that looks like territory, right? And sure enough, with the wicks on both sides of this candle, you guys, there's a lot of things that tell you we're in that looks like space. You know, it better represented with the stochastic squinched up. All right, then you jump down to your 5 minute for entry. All right, 5 minute for entry. Let's get to our arrow. All right, 5 minute for entry into that buy, you guys. And being that I had a bunch of a reset this morning, I'm going to go ahead and leave us with that as our example. Okay, BYOB cash out strategy identified on the 15 minute. All right, blue line cross over the red, upward momentum, flat bottom, green candle, you know, PSR flip, all that good stuff. All right, now let's get to our US 30. Yeah, I've been holding on to for a minute, was gone, but that's okay. Because you and I, we'd been watching that for a minute anyways, right? We were out of this zone. We've been out of this zone for a minute. Solidify that. We've been following this uptrend for a while now. Seems to have been just getting broader and broader. The end of the day activity has really been in favor for that. Now here we see ourselves at the 4 hour though, and we're more into that crossover and curve down, right? Crossover and curve down. Now, while we made our way out of this zone, right? This would be our low. It seems like we've not been able to make it above this space as of yet, right? Let's get, okay, there it is. My coffee was in the way, I couldn't see it. My button. All right, and we haven't had the strength to come out of this to even really test the high of this zone just yet. And we're already at this curved over space. Now, what we must reconcile with is where we are currently, which is, if you can look over here at my right, we see that price action represented by this dotted red line is in this space, right? So we come over to the left and we look at where, at what happened the last time price action was in this space. All right, and we use that for reference. Beige. Okay, it's just playing games with me now. So, all right. Let's go ahead and expand this. Let's get a better notion for what's going on. And guys, I had just enough time to reopen up my indices, get a cash out strategy for you guys and everything. It was awesome. It was fun. You know, it's exciting when it happens. All right, you guys. So here is the area in which we are playing with. Let's get our psych level on there since we've been talking about that here recently. Let's see where that 35.5 is laying at. Yep, too many zeros. Here she rose. 355. All right, so we didn't have the strength necessary to make it to that space just so. Let's get them pivots dropped down too. Since we're rebuilding. This is our main pivot. I even tried to do my whole logging thing this morning. I tried to make sure I didn't get reset. All right, and then R2, we're just gonna notify that for safekeeping, right? We're gonna identify that for safekeeping. But that space yesterday where I spoke of us hitting that invalidation again right here, we definitely touched that yesterday, pulling us away from that trend, you guys. But we didn't have that crazy breakthrough just yet. All right, the market's held up. We're still sitting around this R1 space, right? Let's get tight with this. Oh man, that's right in my way. Let's do something about that instead of just you know what I mean? All right, so let's keep this area for our pivot. Because like I said, you guys, we just danced around that yesterday. All right, we just danced around it. And it seems like we've really been coming for this sell, right? Something we've been needing to keep an eye out for. But again, we have to wait on the drivers of the market for that event to take place, right? There's certain things that make up the magic for this. All right, so and we still don't have that. Well, yeah, as of the right here at the bell, we don't have that confluence between the 1 hour and the 4 hour. While we are selling, we have a good picture for it. I'm getting mixed signals. We never even pulled up the indices here. US 30 triggered an hour and a half ago for that sell. On the 15-minute time frame. Let's get down to our 30. Now we should be keeping an eye out for these sells right here at the bell, you guys. Everything's definitely in line for those sells. But we don't want to hop on that right there at the bell, though. We know that, right? You and I both know that as master traders. My graceful wife. Let's get to the S&P, you guys. And let's build here as well while we wait the bell. We're about 3 minutes out. Get to that 4 hour time frame. We see that uptrend there. All right, and even closer. So like I mentioned yesterday, our S&P has been reacting a lot faster here recently. We got to go for those common touches. Let's see, pull this over to the left. Got room to play there. But we don't force, so we're going to keep it tight. Let's see what our line chart says about that. Yeah, let's tighten that up. Get back to our candles. All right, you guys, checking out this S&P. Let's get down to our 1 hour. Looking just like our US 30. Yeah, looking just like that US 30, you guys. All right, so we want to be in position for those. But again, we have NFP Friday happening tomorrow, right? Let's get back to our news one time for the one time before this bell rings. Not the one. Because we have our Chicago PMI at 945, right? While it not being a red folder, what did my FX book have to say about that? Were they tracking that as a red folder? Right here. Jobless claims 839.45, Chicago PMI. They're tracking as a medium impact as well. All right, we got our bell. Let's get back to our US 30. All right, we had that drop right there at the bell. Now, again, if this movement is something that we can capture, then we'll have a retest, right? We'll have this pullback that we have to wait for. Okay, the surges aren't what we're looking for. It's no secret, you guys, at 9:30 that money's always going to move right there. See if our S&P moved faster today. For sure, for sure. All right, we're looking good for that sell, you guys. But again, we want to wait for that retest, right? We want to wait for that action to pull up and then get into the way of that movement. All right, we've got to get into the way of the movement. Because again, you guys, this is just the beginning of the trade day. Okay, just the beginning of the trade day. So let's see what we've got here. Let's get let's see, let's identify what's happening here. Let's get this tighter in. Oh, actually, let's make that tight. Because we're because of where we're at in the market, right? I'm actually gonna clone this. Yeah, there we go. Now I even thin that one out. I'm gonna place that up there. But let's I can't even say that we have a channel really. We've not created a channel just yet. So I definitely say we've got some strength, a lot of strength behind this sell. Okay. But we've got to have it validated, you guys. It's got to be validated. Just because we see, really great motions, we got to have certain things that validate our analysis before we just enter into trades, okay? Because we don't know what's going to happen right here. We don't know. This 5 minute could wrap up and then start creating higher highs. You never know. I mean, well, I'm not going to say unlikely because yeah, like I said, we're that confluence between the 1 hour and the 4 hour. I mean, that 1 hour is still selling, but we're weakened there at that point. All right, we're weakened at that point. Okay. We did drop pivots. Oh, we did it on the US 30. Let's see what the Nasdaq's talking about. We're a minute away from a new 5 minute candle. Get to our 4 hour. I mean, it's really good that all of our indices are kind of following the same patterns, right? Let's get the bigger scope of where we're at here. Get some support and resistance going. All right, we've broken away temporarily from that that uptrend. So get in line with this buy. I mean, not buy, I'm sorry, and sell. Now, again, like our S&P and our US 30, we haven't necessarily created a channel yet, but we do have a clue or a preview at an area of operations. Now, I wouldn't really call these trends just yet. All right, but what we do have, what we see up to this point, is a series of lower highs. Okay, we've got lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. All right, and we're still creating lower lows. Right. So while we haven't necessarily created a trend yet, we've definitely got strength. See what this 30 minutes talking about. I'm curious as to lay this in such a manner. And analyze this so. All right, and this is just the NASDAQ for you guys. Now I laid this line down here as a line of interest, right? We haven't created that channel, but I'm interested to see how it reacts should price action reach down here, which we've got a lot of things suggesting that we do now, or that we will. Now, with support, it's you can't attach yourself to this one as the same way you attach yourself to support and resistance, because support and resistance, we have historical information on and 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 on. When it comes to trend lines, you know, we're relying on these touches, you know, and that trend, you know, only goes so far. We can't take this trend line back here and be like, oh yeah, the market touched right here. We can't do that because when the market was touching back here, it was buying, right? We're in a completely different trend set right here, all right? So I've got it as an area of interest to see what happens around there. I do believe that price action intends to reach that point, but we are still yet for that retest. We are still yet for that retest, and we've been in the zone for a couple of days now. The market clearly must be awaiting the results of Nfp Friday. Let's get this boy. I'm gonna make this one orange down here. All right, let's get some pivies dropped on the thing. Man, check out where that R1 ended up, you guys. Keeping an eye out for what's happening in our stochastic. I love being on these calls with you guys, man. The things, this time last year, I was not able to. I don't know. I can't even explain it to you what I'm grateful for in this moment. Definitely not for Pandora's nice charms with their difficult quirks. Where was that main pivot though? We had our R1. Oh, okay, way down here. All right. Let's see what's been going on with our US 30. Bam. All right, so we've got retest. Great. See 5 minute, what's happening? Keeping an eye on that retest, you guys. Now, again, if you're entering into this sell, we don't want to go too far. All right, let's get to our higher time frame and identify this range. All right, because we may very well be in this space through tomorrow, you guys. All right. Really where I have this invalidation marked up already. All right, I don't want to take it any further than outside of that. It's been a significant point of rejection inside of this. Let's actually tighten up this zone, being that. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Yep. Get over to the left and see what's going on here. What was I looking at here? I think I may have been a little bit too generous with that. So we don't want to be in that dipping for pips territory, right? We've got a lot more significant touches right here. We even see where we wicked up to this space. Let's get over here, see if that's represented appropriately. Yeah, down this way. So I think we had support and resistance up here, right? Let's make that buddy a 4. So we know that that's the high. Boom. Yeah, there's our price point, and then there's that level of invalidation. Let's just make that a support. Yeah, we're gonna change that into support because clearly we've been teetering around this area for a little while now. And what I will do, actually going to take this away. Yeah, we've got that as a whole array. So let's tighten our support and resistance then. Boom. Up in that line chart. Put us right here. Just tighten up inside that box, right? Never be afraid to tighten that trade. You never want to be concerned with getting less pips or points here, especially on the US 30 or their indices, these points. You don't want to be concerned with having to capture less. All right, good spacing for a retest. Our field of play is between our 5 minute and our 30 minute on our US indices. And our 3 minute is our where we seek entry. We got that speech coming up in 2 minutes, so let's move forward. Bitcoin been very volatile here lately. See where that's at. Yeah, this space of consolidation, you guys. This is just NFP week. That's all it is. Just NFP week. Some of them have more economic releases than others, but generally this is what you can expect from that consolidation. Four hour up, 1 hour down. We've got complete indecision there. So boom, that's how we treat that. That's what you do about that. You walk away from that. Not even going to entertain the thought, especially with the spreads that Bitcoin has. Now, you guys, I'm not telling you to stay away from Bitcoin, but what I'm telling you is when you have that indecision with Bitcoin, you definitely want to wait. You want to wait. You want to wait. Bitcoin is at the beginning of its life cycle. All right, and here we have entry. Let's wait for that. If we see if we have that PSR flip at the 3-minute, where's our 5-minute? 5 minutes pointed up. No PSR flip, no entry. Because we're already heavily sold. We're really not even looking to capture that much. We just know what's happening is it. That's all we're looking at. We know what's happening. But we're still not like as close as we are to our support, you guys. We don't look to capture a lot there. And that's okay because we execute in excellence, right? See what that 15-minute candle is talking about. Yeah, it looks almost wrap that up too. Not getting that PSR flip. No, don't look like it's gonna happen for that. But that speech is ongoing right now too. Gold, what did you do at the bell? Gold has been on a rise here lately. And it's been really volatile too. I can't even really create a trend out of that. Yeah, we don't force stuff. I can't create a trend out of that. Yeah, really volatile. No new triggers. 17 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. US 30 just hasn't been hitting for that. Again, we've got that speech happening now. Yeah, that was definitely not a PSR flip. So to be honest with you guys, at the where we are at in this zone, let's clear up some noise here since we got a better notion. I'll get rid of this. Okay. We're in this operation space. All right. We don't want to get into dipping for pips. So let's tighten this up. I'm on 1 hour. Yeah. Let's tighten this up. Just because of the high we're at, all of the questions we're trying to answer you guys, we really, really, really need to be comfortable with tightening up right here. Boom, boom, checking the highs and the lows. So many mixed signals today. So many. Good thing today's Thursday, our advanced day, right? All right, you guys, but here we have our safe area of operation for the near distant future. Okay, we've broken away from this trend, so we're keeping an eye out for this sell. All right, but with the point of rejection we're so close to, we're getting really close to that support, you guys. We honestly look to still be inside the zone that we've been in for several days now. Now, like I said, we're keeping in mind that Nfp Friday is tomorrow. This is an event that institutional traders look out for on a monthly basis. All right, you should too as professional traders yourselves. All right. And we get that speech on gone. And it seems like we definitely just tested our zone, right? It doesn't seem to be that retest for that sell. It seems to be that we are just bouncing in this zone. All right, you guys. So you're gonna have to switch your hat at this point. All right. Let's find the entry to that buy. All right. Now we've only got 10 minutes before we get off the calls. Right. But I'm just telling you with that this is how we have to navigate through this consolidation. And if you're not at a now I did not say take a buy, that's not what I said. But we have to navigate and look out for, okay? You guys, if you're just trying to blindly enter buys and sells, man, you're set up for some serious correction. All right. And I mean, it could work out for you in your trade account if you've got that mental fortitude, but it's less common than most people care to admit, right? Especially when we start to get here and messing around in real dollars, when that it's different. That's why we we encourage you to get that wild hair out of you in your demo account, but while we teach you to trade responsibly in your demo account, that way you're able to monitor what it's going to look like in your live account, right? Because when you get to trading that live money, it feels completely different, right? It's like that first time I held a grenade when I was in the Army, right? There was just like we had the dummy ones and you had the real ones, right? And while the weight was relatively the same, right, because they want the examples that same, when I had that explosive in my hand, like, or it was a different weight to it. There was power in my hand at that moment. It wasn't just a hollow piece of like iron ball. It was a fragment. I don't even know how to. I don't even want to get to describing that too pictorially, if that's a word. I'm going to stay away from those memories. But you guys, operating in your live account, is that it has that weight, that presence. It's like your phone gets heavier, right? So we have to we have to be operating in that higher skill set today. If we're going zone or we're training inside of the zone today, we're just operating in a higher skill set. All right. And that's it. Got a lot of mixed signals that suggest we aren't ready to break out of this zone just yet. 1 hour is trying to wrap up that sell. 4 hours says we're not done with it. Let's go to our S&P, see what's been happening with it. As far as the S&P goes, I'm not ready to really re-engage that sell until we break into this area. With that, like I said, our S&P has been moving a lot better. Let's see what's happening down in the lower time frames with it. To our 5 minutes, see if we're seeing that. Yeah, that correction or retest, whatever you may have. Now we're not eyeballing the same things here. Like I said, the S&P has been moving a bit faster, right? S&P's been moving faster here lately. So let's see if we can identify a channel somewhere here inside of the cell. Without like forcing the market. We don't want to do that. Matter of fact, that looks like a really good spot. Let's go to 30 for this. For this and on down. Get on down. Get down. Get down. It's tempting to use that, but that's not how this operates. It's not how this works. And this very well could be a break into that area. But still, we just don't have that strength just yet, you guys. Well, then again, when I consider here on the S&P, we're pretty far from that right there. We still got some strength to this sell. But I just don't. It's not telling me that that we're breaking through this zone just yet. We're not ready just yet. However tempting, that's just not going for like I don't know about you guys, but I just like to catch more points than that. 50 points, I might convince myself to stay into a trade that's not really happening. No. The trades that I like to go for on our US 30, I like significant movement. I don't like to play around with the US indices. There's too much potential for expensive lessons. So I just go for the significant movements. I don't like to play around on the US indices. Now, like I said, feel free to do whatever in that demo, but what I got going on, let's see how we're reacting to that trend line down there. 30-minute and that 1 hour. See, we've got more strength to this sell on our NASDAQ. We've got a lot more strength to that sell. Yeah, I would dare to say that we could wait for a whole retest of this trend line and expect to see that drop again throughout the day. So right now, you'd be want to keeping an eye out for those buys back to that trend line on our NASDAQ, and then watch out for that drop again, because there's still more strength to that, it looks like. Let's see what that 15-minute candle's about. Looks to wrap that sell up right now. And I haven't mentioned it, but any questions, comments, and testimonies, you guys? Questions, comments, and testimonies at any time, anytime. We've not even gotten any new triggers on our US 30 this whole time. Again, keeping in mind that Nfp Friday is tomorrow, you guys, and the market could just be held up on that. All right, so for our US 30, we identified a zone in which we can safely operate. All right, our S&P not necessarily ready to break into this space just yet, so we need to keep an eye out for this channel has been created. I did have to break down into a little bit. We had to make this space really tight with this consolidation that we're in. We needed this to be really tight, all right? But we can operate inside that channel for the time being, not outside of, all right? We're not selling into here today, you guys. We're operating here. And our NASDAQ, like I said, it has more strength to that. There goes that retest. Man, I love it when that happens. Love it when that happens. Whoa, not that necessarily. That's a little ugly there, but that's okay. What we're looking for is price action to approach up here and then to start driving away from it. All right, when price action starts having that strong drive away from, all right, then we seek to look for that entry, right? Clearly, this needs to be tightened up. There's something happening right there in the market. Okay, so I'll leave that there for another second or two. Sayonara. It is almost 10 o'clock, you guys. Oh, that was a good stretch. I've got points to capture, coffee to drink, babies to change, or diapers to change. We can't change the baby. That's illegal, right? But I must release us back to our regular schedules, you guys. Now, don't forget tonight at 9 p.m. we've got our market talks. Generally, you guys, we get back together in the evenings. Tuesday evenings, we have our basics calls. Wednesdays, we have our HFX. And Thursday, our market talks consists of market structure and just a deeper understanding of the technical analysis. All right. Well, I don't know, we kind of go from a general perspective, but either way, you guys join back with me tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to be going into a discussion, further discussion tonight on our market talks concerning our psychological levels and our PIP counts. Now, there's other conversation to be had intermixed of that, but that is our direction for the night. All right. In the meantime, I must leave you in the hands of our amazing prayer warrior. Miss Reed, are you on the line to close us out?
Yes, I am, sir. And again, I thank you so much for the clarity that you bring. Yes, let's pray. As this month of March comes to a close, God, we give glory, honor, and praise to your great and mighty name. Your name is above every name, and we exalt your name, Jesus. We're so thankful, so appreciative, so grateful for our founder and our co-founder, Mr. Rogers and Miss Dyer, for each of our second and third generation of faithful educators, and for every generation to follow. God, we thank you for our MasterCard, for our new kind of money. And we thank you for all that you have ordained for our hands to do. God, we decree and declare that we shall do it with all of our might. Thank you in advance for preparing the hearts and minds of those who we will reach out to be exposed to this, the largest economic empowerment movement known to mankind. God, we thank you for blessing our upcoming expos and all that goes into the planning and preparation. Thank you that we are a wise-hearted people, for you have blessed us with knowledge and wisdom from on high. In Jesus' name, we give all thanks and praise to you. Amen, and thank God. And this officially ends this prophet call. And we'll see you tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let us go our way in abundance and prosperity as we walk under this open heaven. God bless you and have a wonderful, wonderful day.